I couldn't believe.
So now we're dealing with bureaucratic red tape.
Sorry about the wait.
No problem. We're just starving. Season 5, Episode 1, Dr. Mark DeBrincat, all the way from Colorado and VoxxLife. We're gonna grab some coffee. How's that sound? And a little grub. What got you into chiropractic originally?
You know, I had a martial arts background, and I thought I was going into law enforcement and all of that. And
I don't see you in law enforcement. I don't know why.
Well, you know, the first half of my life, it was all about weapons and grappling, and I taught the police department. And I was the head of the state of Georgia for Police Self-Defense Instructors International. So I basically did continuing ed for law enforcement, and with all the new grappling and weapons and all of that stuff. So where you could use those same skills, lay hands on people, they'll jump up off the table, give you a hug, say they love you, and pay you cash.
Right.
And I was so compelled, I stayed up all night thinking about it. When I called my parents and told them I was thinking of changing careers, they immediately like, let's go this weekend, where would you want to go? And I said, well, I think...
So they were receptive.
Oh gosh, yeah. They didn't like me being in the field I was in, obviously worried about my safety and all of that. And so...
And then how'd you get into the whole brain stuff?
You know, I've always been fascinated with the brain. In fact, when I was little, I used to think I was going to be a brain doctor before I really knew about chiropractic. So any of the continuing ed that we had out there that was related to brain and brain activity or brain healing or balancing or all of that, those are the first ones I'd sign up for. Back in end of 2009, I learned about neurofeedback, and I just couldn't sleep. I kept thinking about it, waking up thinking about it, and so I just dove in all in, and the first round of patients I had were a quadriplegic, an autistic, restless leg, migraines, 10 patients with severe conditions, and they all got better super fast. And so I was hooked, you know, and I was like, every seminar, everything I could ever do to feed my brain with that was amazing. And then through my disability and my injuries, it was the first step out of the darkness, if you'd say that, to give me abilities back, like, you know, and all of that. Man. And so, you know, I feel the neurofeedback is such a big, and brain mapping is such a big part of healthcare. And, you know, a lot of people are missing, you know, a simple tweak here and there to re-regulate the systems that are offline can really impact everything else we do. And so I did a map on myself, put the socks in, and did another map. And what I saw made me literally fall out of my chair.
Cheers.
Cheers.
All right, so there was a little skepticism with you as well.
Totally.
Okay, good. So I don't want to feel like the only one that was out.
You know, for 5 months I had been hearing about it. And I even started hearing about it from some of my other friends that, you know, I really value their opinion too, but I thought it was like an energy band. It was just changing your energy. And you know, when you muscle test somebody, you can like think negative thoughts and make them weak, and then I can think positive thoughts and make you strong. So
really?
Absolutely.
People do that?
Absolutely.
Wow.
So there's
a lot of outside influence in a muscle test. So when somebody's basing all of this tech, doing amazing things off of a muscle test, I just didn't give it a whole lot of credibility. Like, you know, I know a lot of doctors that are amazing muscle testers, and I can totally tell they're accurate because they're just really in tune. But then I know some other ones that are just trying to force the issue, you know, and want to kind of create an outcome that they're trying to produce. So, you know, there's a healthy bit of a skepticism there. And so so many people ask me about the socks, like, hey, does it help this condition? Does it help that condition? It's not about the condition. That's like the last expression of your nervous system is a symptom.
I thought I'd show my socks right now. I don't go a day without them. And that's why
Me neither.
I want you to understand that I need some of those patches.
Yeah.
I'm getting sick of asking, but I know you guys are out of them. So
The patches are hard to keep in stock because they're so amazing.
Because I don't like to sleep in. I hate sleeping in socks.
Me too. The world's so hungry for answers that are healthy and natural and safe and an alternative that makes sense to them. And they want results more than anything. I mean, it's one thing to hear a bunch of hype, but bottom line, put the socks on me. If I feel my stress go, it's like, oh my gosh, they work. You know, when I see people drop their cane and just start walking immediately without it and look back and start crying and like, what did you just do to me? How did you do that? It's like we have the ability to give people superpowers, you know, and with that, we're changing lives, you know, and I've never seen a piece of tech or a product or anything that is so impactful to literally everybody. There's a lot of great things we have and do, but the same thing doesn't work for everybody.
Right. That was my next question. Do you ever see when people don't get any benefit from it at all, too? Or?
You know, we've done over 2,000 brain maps, and not one person did not have significant change. And that's in the published study that we've done, that the factors, 99.999%, had significant change in the areas that matter. In the areas that never before could we see something other than doing neurofeedback and doing neuroplasticity in the brain to change that. Now all of a sudden we're able to optimize our neurology in ways that as simple as putting on a pair of socks.
I mean, the more out of balance you are, the faster you're going to disintegrate. Entropy.
Absolutely.
And I think it just minimizes the effects of entropy over time.
You know, our life is like this, right? And the further we get away from our purpose and the direction and homeostasis and balance, the shorter our lifespan is. The closer we get into it, obviously, the higher we climb and the healthier we are.